It's a family loan program that helps low to moderate income individuals actually obtain a car. And it's to help people, it's not to help them get to the parties, it's to help them get to work. It's to help them get to daycare. It's to help them connect with all they have to do, pick up the cleaners, the groceries, get the child, get to work, those kinds of things. And it's really to help them keep their jobs, and while they're doing that, build their credit and be able to actually get a loan without needing a program like Ways to Work. So there are the income guidelines. And here are the criteria for participation. Again, we want people not just to get a loan or get their taxes done, but we really want them to understand financial literacy. We want them to develop a budget. We want them to take their credit from poor to good to great. And we want them to be able to make the monthly payments. The loans can be up to $6,000, or you can spend $1,000 getting your car repaired. We know that the Ways to Work National, that is located in Milwaukee, keeps a lot of data, and the data says that people who have obtained these loans repair their credit, stay on their jobs longer, you know, all of those things that people get banked, all of those things that people need to do to build a solid financial relationship in history. Historical perspective. I want to put it like this. I mentioned how Reagan had the truly needy, how the social scientists had the undeserving. When you think about it, in this country, some people weren't thinking about obtaining property because they were thought as property. When Franklin Roosevelt, and I know he's revered as a great president as is Reagan is, but when Franklin Roosevelt started a lot of his programs, one of the things he did that was wonderful is he gave loans to veterans, and he gave loans to people wanting them to move into the suburbs. He didn't really include a lot of people of color. And so there's been a history in our country that some people have access to assets and other people don't. And all we're trying to do is say, regardless of ethnicity and race and all of those things, we're trying to say, if you haven't had access and opportunity to build and grow your assets, we want you to connect with, one, the Asset Building Coalition, and two, the Ways to Work program. I have to say, though, this Ways to Work program is small. We can only give 60 loans a year. When we first started this program a few years ago, before we even opened the door, we have 1,500 inquiries. People want to find ways to get to jobs. I'm a firm believer that most parents, regardless of all these things we use to divide ourselves, ethnicity, race, color, creed, gender, age, most parents want the same things. Most adults, most people, they want a happy family life, they want a solid income, they want to put a little bit of money away, they want a good education, they want great futures for their children. How we look at how to obtain those may differ. What we think makes us the happiest may change, but most people want the same basic things.
Deborah, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is the demand for the loans going up or down? Because I've heard some other places, you know, Ways to Work being that some national focus, that demand's starting to go down. It may be related to the economy and folks, you know, don't have a job.
Sure.
To get, what are you seeing?
We still see a high demand, but the problem is a lot of the people can't afford to pay the loans back. Even at $6,000, even with financial training and literacy and support from the banks and support from us, people can't pay the loans back. So they're reluctant to go through the process. They may engage us, but they may not complete it, even if they know a loan is possible. The other thing we're seeing is difficulty with people paying the loans back. And we run a very good program. We actually have received the Premier Award from Ways to Work for the last 2 years. But it's difficult because the jobs aren't there, and so the ability to repay isn't there, and so people are reluctant. So in that way, we're seeing the demand go down simply because of the economy.